Hi, my name is Larry Staples. If you can get God's doctrine and turn to the book of Timothy, peoples call God doctrine the King James Version Bible, peoples. But if you can get God's doctrine and turn to the book of Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 3, God's word says this. This know also that in the past days precarious times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, which is peoples. Peoples call peoples gay or homosexual, and might be other names for man having sex with man or woman having sex with a woman. But God called the peoples lovers of lovers, peoples, which is sin and evil to God for a man to have sex with another man, or a woman to have sex with another woman, or a woman to marry a woman, or a man to marry a man, peoples. Covets us. I does not know what that word is about, peoples, because I not sure I said the word the right way. Boasters. Boasters is peoples who might speak about what they got and might not have it, peoples, which is a sin and evil to God, peoples. Proud. Proud is peoples who might not know something they want to know, but they is too proud to ask other peoples for to get to know what they want to know. They will choose to be ignorant, which is a sin and evil to God for peoples or man and woman to be that way, peoples. Blasphemers are peoples who speak evil, peoples, disobedient to parents, children who lie to their mothers or fathers, or do evil to their mothers and fathers, peoples. Unthankful is when peoples do good for peoples. Peoples have so much hate in their heart, they will not thank the peoples for the good that they do for them, which is sin and evil to God, people. Unholy peoples is choosing not to do right or speak the truth, peoples. They choose to live in sin and evil. That what unholy is, people. Without natural affection, men's and women's do not have love for each other, peoples. They will lie to each other or do sin and evil to each other, peoples. That what without natural affection is. Peoples do not have love for other peoples. Truth breakers is peoples who lie, peoples. A lie can cause for peoples to get angry or killed, peoples. So do not be a truth breaker, peoples. False accusers is peoples who lie, peoples. And a lie can cause for people to get killed or be broken-hearted, peoples. Incontented. I do not know what that word is. might be fury, like get angry. It's not good to be getting angry. It is sin and evil to be that way, people. Despiser of those that do good. Peoples who do not want to be with you because you do good. It is an evil to be that way, because if you do good by people, you will help them, you will speak the truth to them, you will want them to enjoy life and have right and good. And it's good to be that way, peoples. But if peoples do not want to be that way, they will not speak the truth to peoples. They will not help peoples. They will lie to peoples. So peoples will be despised, or despisers will not want to be with peoples who do good. And those kind of peoples are evil peoples. High-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. High-minded is peoples think they can do something and they cannot do it, peoples. That's what high-minded is. Or they think they is more than other peoples and do not have that much. That is high-minded peoples, which is a sin and evil to God, peoples. Traitors. Traitors is peoples who cannot be trusted. You said something to the peoples, and they will go back and say something to other peoples, which is sin and evil to God, peoples. So read 1 Timothy chapter 3, verses 2 through 4 verses, peoples, because the will of God is not for us peoples to do sin and evil, peoples. Turn to the book of the Revelation for chapter 21, peoples, verses 7 through 9. God's word says this: He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, peoples. When the word of God teaches the abominable, I do not know what that word is. Forgive me about anything, peoples. But in murderers are peoples who kill peoples, which can be a soldier, police, husband, a wife, a son, a daughter, peoples. Whoremongers, men call women's whores, but the word God call it whoremongers, not whoremongers. And a man or woman can be a whoremonger. They are peoples who have sex with other peoples, which is a sin to God, peoples. Sorcerers are like witchcraft. Peoples do voodoo, which is sin and evil to God, peoples. And idolaters is peoples who might make images of God or pictures. Might be, that word might be, forgive me, people. But all liars, peoples who lie, can cause for people's heart to be broken or get killed, peoples. And that's why the will of God is not for